TonyScapone here, and listen, I have got a hot new list, and I'm super excited to share it with you. Don't go anywhere. Okay, so I have not done anything all that different with this list in a long time, and I think the meta has shifted significantly enough where it really justifies doing something about it. For a lot of reasons, this Storm deck is actually a good choice, right? Traditionally, Ruby Storm really doesn't care about hate, and right now there's two major things happening. There's a ton of blue-black shadow hacking hate, right? So you need to be able to beat the hate from blue-black shadow, which is, blue-black shadow is a very difficult matchup. Tempo is a very difficult matchup for Ruby Storm. It's the reason why I think that Ruby Storm is just beneath a number of other Storm variants in terms of competitive, its competitive nature. But so two major things happening: blue-black shadow. And then there's just a ton of hate out there right now. There's a ton of Null Rod. I personally think there's way too much Null Rod. I've seen some top results from larger events and still see a fair amount of it, maybe a little less than a few weeks ago, but I still think more than there should be because there's hardly any artifact decks in those results. Now, of course, that is imperfect information. You could argue, and it's certainly certainly possible that the reason that they're in the top results is that because they beat the artifact decks, and that's why the artifact decks aren't in the top 32, because they got beat by all the null rods. I don't know exactly, but I think it's overkill. I think over time it will get a little bit better, but at least for now, and certainly on Moto, there's a ton of hate, and there's a ton of blue-black shadow. So what do you do with that, right, as a Storm player? Well, if you want to beat the hate, you play this deck, but if you want to beat shadow, you got to play decks that are a little more susceptible to the hate, right? So I think a great thing to do is to take the deck that beats the hate and then try and tune it so that it can hang and bang with tempo decks. Try to improve the tempo strategy. And since the premier tempo strategy is blue-black and relies heavily on discard, I think we might be able to lean on Leyline of Sanctity a little bit. I don't know for sure, but I'm going to test it out. In place of that, or what used to be there, was Leyline of the Void. I do think, and certainly at larger paper events and more serious events, there is, generally speaking, less dedicated graveyard strategies. It is still, of course, and I think will always be, fairly prominent in Moto leagues. So, take your Moto league results with the grain of salt that is appropriate for the data that you're trying to collect, right? If you play against a bunch of Reanimator on Moto and lose because of it and your deck is bad against Reanimator, maybe don't come to the conclusion that your deck is bad. Maybe come to the conclusion that you need to do some more testing and see how it does against other decks. But having said that, what have we done? What else have we done? Of course, the ley lines, we talked about that. The main deck, I'm just ramping up the basics. So basically, right, I've gotten rid of the Fiery Islet, I've gotten rid of the 2 Shatter Skull Smashing. I have talked to a number of Ruby players that have asked about this, and at times have gone to more basics, and I've always said that is a fine thing to do, totally respectable. This deck doesn't really have too much problems with having to remove things, so Shatter Skull Smashing isn't quite as necessary, especially because we're not playing Chrome Mox. So it is justifiable, potentially even just correct, to be playing more basics. However, I never quite did it in the past because it didn't... I didn't take main deck measures to improve the tempo matchup because I had already tested that and it wasn't improving the tempo matchup. So what has changed that might actually be a positive factor at this point? The tempo matchup, the tempo premier tempo deck is a different deck, right? If the premier tempo deck is blue-red, playing basics is great and all to dodge Wasteland, but they're just too fast. And great, I got my basics, but I'm just too slow, making a land drop per turn. I'm still running into Daze, still running into Force of Will, and they're killing me fast enough where I'm forced to go for it when I don't have enough mana in play. So that's what I found was happening. But having said that, Blue-Black Shadow, different beast. Especially these days, it's not quite as aggressive. They're leaning a lot more on the interaction with Grief, Reanimate, Orcish Bowmasters. These are very powerful cards, but they're not as fast as just playing Delver and higher numbers of Murktide and trying to get your opponent dead, and certainly not in previous tempo shells that were more popular, that being Blue-Red Delver, where they have access to Lightning Bolts, Darcy's, and they're just killing you faster. We have a bit more time, so I think we can leverage these basics. So not only did I take the 2 Smashings out, I took the Fiery Islet out, and I actually went up a land. I added a mountain, and I took a Jeska's Will out. Jeska's Will is specifically bad against both tempo decks, and certainly, and even more so, worse against Blue-Black Shadow. Because they're playing Grief, they're dumping their hand out so much quicker. This card is very infrequently, it's not going to wind up being a good ritual very often. So the sideboard plan against them is basically to take the Wills out, which we often do anyways, come down a Bergie, likely, just to keep our CMC low, and then just bring in ley lines so that we can dodge the discard. I think, I have not tested, we're going to test it here. I think what will happen, or I'm hoping, is that we'll be able to dodge the discard with the ley lines, we'll be able to dodge their tempo crap with Wasteland by playing a lot of basics, and then hopefully we can manage to overload and kill them and actually strike in time before they kill us with that additional turn or 2 that we get over something, say, like Blue-Red Delver. But the rest of the deck is intact, as always, as it always has been, should be familiar to you. As well as the sideboard is the same thing that I've been running, except for just that swap with the white ley lines instead of the black ones. So we have a couple Blast Zone. We're probably going to bring those in the tempo matchup just so we have even more lands, and they can, of course, blow up Null Rod if we need, but we don't. Honestly, here's the thing, we don't care about Null Rod, right? We have 4 artifacts that we try to activate. I do like having more land drops. It does have incidental removal against Death Shadow. It's probably a fine card to bring in. We'll see. But the rest of the board is the same as it always has always, or not always. I mean, there's a fairly recent change in Alchemist Gambit. This is the card that allows us to beat the One Ring, right? If they have protection, that's okay. We cast this card. They no longer can prevent damage during the extra turn that we take from Gambit. And then during that turn, we kill them with Fiery Confluence, which doesn't target, and the damage won't be prevented because of Alchemist Gambit. So it's a nice little workaround. Everything else, usual suspects. I would be playing Dance with Calamity if that card was available on Moto, but it currently is not. So we're going to have to make do for now, but super excited about this. I think it may be a serious contender with Blue-Black Shadow. We'll see how much it improves the matchup. I'll see you in round 1. Okay, here we are, round 1 against Iambeefsupreme. And already we see this, just multiple basics. It just feels so nice. Feels so nice to have these basics. I mean, there's going to be spots where they're just going to be too slow, but I think on the whole, this is going to be a good thing for us. Let's see. Opponent is mulligan to 6. They're deciding on what they want to do with it. They've kept their 6. Vista. Generally speaking, good news for us. Ponder. Usually we can overload these decks and we don't care too much about things like Narset. I mean, they may over time gain enough card advantage, but usually we can go underneath the card advantage of Narset, and we are affected not all too much by the draw effect, or prohibitive draw effect. I don't like Wish, I will say that. Mountain and pass it over. I mean, the hand is admittedly slow, but we've got some gas, and we have some permanent mana sources. Would have been a lot better on the play. I wouldn't mind drawing one of our Rimpulse effects, our draw twos. Pretty infuriating to see counterbalance. I mean, for the most part, the card is not going to really matter, so I guess I'm not too mad, but... so we have 2, 3, 4, 5, potentially. I think I just cast Burning Wish. And I think I want to get Galvanic Relay. It's a little bit awkward because it does show your opponent what cards that, you know, you're going to want to cast so they can set up their counterbalance pretty easily. So Mountain on top. I'm glad I didn't start with this Petal. Could also just get Rite of Flame so we have more mana. Could get Tinkering. It's actually going to be really good soon. Could also just get Empty so we put some pressure on the board. I think I like Tinkering. I would not fault anyone for getting Empty there. It might be correct. It's just kind of boring. And it's close enough where I want to cast this card. I don't want to see Narset, but that's probably... Oh, True Name. Interesting. True Name with 3 cards in hand, so it seems like they're a bit more aggressive. They're probably a Stoneforge deck. Another Mountain. There's not really a play to make right now. And you could try to force a Tinkering through, but I think that's ill-advised. We're not under too much pressure, and I think they are going to be a Daze deck. Like, we're under pressure, but not an insane amount. We're still at 20. They have a 3-1 in play. Like another land. That's kind of good for us. Every land they play is basically a blank draw. And tells us they probably have a Force of Will because they want to get to 5 so that they can represent Artcast. Alright, Ruby's good. Ruby is quite good. I think they have a Brainstorm and a Force of Will. They're going to put Force of Will on top. Tinkering. Let's go for Ruby. Vista on top. Just can't play the Petal. It's in there. I have a 0 on top. 3, 4. So let's Jeskai as well. This goes up 1 mana if they allow it. So we're going to wind up with enough to Wish into Relay. And if they expend resources, hopefully it gives us room to... Wow, they just forced it. Totally fine with that. Okay. So they have Vista on top. They're probably going to shuffle. No, they're going to draw it. So they have a Force of Will in hand, which I'm fine with. I mean, definitely have enough gas to get through that. Something tells me they just, like, forgot the way they paused there. Although I try not to read too much into pauses. Never quite know. Okay. Let's go Mountain. Let's go bonus round. Plains on top. Fetching. Entered the effects area. Okay. So we're in on that one. Let's Anamorphose. Snapcaster on top. So we get this one unless they want to force it. And we get a draw. Impulse. Okay. Now let's play Wish. Okay. No counterbalance trigger. They're just in. Wow. Holy moly. Okay, so let's go Rite of Flame. Remember, we have 2 Wish cards here. If they have a Force, and they force Tinkering, 2, 3 mana left. I should probably just try to Past in Flames, but maybe Rimpulse first. Problem is 2 on top, so only one of them can get out there. Let's Past in Flames. Alright, this one's in. Let's cast this while this Past in Flames is on the stack, because if we... That one's going to get countered, but the copy will go, and if we draw an instant, we could potentially get it to flashback with this Past in Flames. So if we draw into another Manamorphose or a Seething Song. Wow. Rewarded. So now they're just dead. Completely dead. Now this Past in Flames goes through. So now it includes that Seething Song. Let's bonus round again. I mean, nice counterbalance though, right? The mountains prevail. Mountain go, mountain go, mountain go, mountain go. Got him. The patience. Alright, Blast Zone's gonna be good because Deafening Silence is pretty good against us. That's like the only type of hate that we care about. Other than that, I think we're good. So let's reduce Jeska's Will. It's just not great against blue decks. I'm fine with just going up lands. Okay, no lander. Despite going up many lands, this one will keep. Just get rid of the pedal. It's a flooded strand. Deafening Silence. You have a very good hand against Deafening Silence. We have the card that kills it eventually, and then Ren's Resolve is a great way to just continue to go up on cards. It's usually it'll hit a land, and then you can just make a land drop and cast the spell with it. So we probably want to cast it on 3. If you cast this on turn 2, you hit double land, then you can't use them both. It feels like EI, right? Where you just want to make sure you get the value, especially if we wind up with a Deafening Silence in play. Null Rod? Lavinia. Okay. Not the worst. We got plenty of lands coming. I think I'll play it on 2, though. Should I? Yeah, I'll play it on 2. Oh, come on, man. Of course we get punished for it. Ugh. Well, at least we cycled through them, I guess. Maybe I should have just saved it for this bonus round. Like, we have land drops. Just make land drops and be happy. I was greedy. Not just in hindsight, like that was greedy and wrong, I think. So you can play Blast Zone to start ticking up to 2. But then we miss out on... No, I want to at least get one of these mountains in. That's a shame. Well, they're getting in for 2. Again, really not that much pressure. And we're going to wind up with enough lands to cast any of our spells. I mean, 5 is our top end, and we almost have 5 in play. So currently the only thing this is stopping is Lotus Petal. Right, they're fetching and just passing. I think I want to hide this just a little bit longer. So they might commit to, like, counterbalance. Or even just putting a Snapcaster into play here. I think we might be priced into putting it into play next turn, though. Teferi's a little bit annoying. Honestly, if we had this Ren's Resolve, if we didn't waste it, we would have been in a very good spot here. Alright, they just plussed. They're tapped out. They have 6 cards. If we hit action here, I think I might go. We did. Interesting. See how they react to a bonus round. Force it. So if they don't have double force, we pretty much win here if we want to go for it. I think we're priced into it. Rite of Flame, Seething Song, bonus round. Rite of Flame number 2. Are we in? I think we're in. If they have the force here, pretty much dead in the water. They do not. Okay, they're in trouble. And then we go Burning Wish to get another Rite of Flame and Inspired Tinkering. These Rite of Flames are huge. And of course this Tinkering is huge. 3, 6. Now I can play Ruby, play Metamorphose, red. Yeah, they've had enough. We've drawn our deck at this point. Alright, we're 1-0, see you in round 2. Alright, here we are in round 2. We have a 1-lander with a bunch of 3-drops. I'm not sure we can keep this one. This is a likely to be turn 1 win, but it's super fragile. Like, this makes 3, that's 5 bonus round into Metamorphose. If we had 7 cards, this would this would be a pretty much like 99% turn 1. So I will keep it. I'll bottom the Burning Wish, and hopefully we draw action in our draw step or the 2 from Metamorphose, and hopefully they're not interacting. The problem with the non-interactive decks is that on the draw, they're probably doing something broken on turn 1 instead. So generally speaking, with a hand like this, you'd much rather be on the play. Oh yes, a fair green deck? It's exactly what we wanted. Alright, action. Okay. That's a little bit dicey, but I'll take it. At least it's something. Let's make some red. Okay, I think we're in. Can I afford to Ruby? I think so. There's certainly risk involved, but I'm going for it. We get 4 looks. Ends resolve. Uh-oh. So now we have to hit a pedal. Good thing is, these are available next turn, so casting these was very similar to just relaying. Pedal. Oh, yes! We hit, baby, we hit! We're in there. We're in there. Okay, so we drew our deck. Ding, ding, ding. You have drawn the deck. So we're going to play Bergie now. I get 6 cards from Jeska's Will. Bergie plus Ruby means we can play Wrens for free now. And they're doubled up, and we found a bunch of them, so it is game. You are dead, opponent. Play this Petal. Play another Ruby. Get some mana from the Seething Song. Storm is 16. Has Reckless Impulse. Get some more cards. Well, let's play a Horn. Get some more cards. More. I want more. Play another bonus round. It's kind of behind the thing. There we go. So lots of active bonus rounds, and then we'll play Wish. It only costs 1. We get to make 4 wishes. And I'm going to opt for Grapeshot. A little more fun here. Point 1 at that, because why not? 1 here. 1 here. Get my Bergie mana. And get him! Alright, that was clean. Clean little turn 1. So I think we want these. But for the most part, we don't care too much about their hate. We really don't. Discard will be a little bit annoying, but it's not like they have a ton of it. We'll just come down on some Jeska's Wills, which is kind of the usual, honestly. Especially on the draw. Against the deck that's probably going to be mulliganing. I think they're pretty much going to be mulliganing down to Thoughtseize, but then we just have 8 draw 2s. It's a good matchup. Alright, here we go. We got lands, we have draw 2s, we have basics. I'll take it. They also kept on 7. I got Bayou and Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize? Yep. Take one of the Rimpulses and pass it over. Interesting. 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, we're gonna have 3 mana post Rimpulse, which is kind of funny. If it hit a relay, it'd be pretty good. I still think I'm just gonna play Mountain and pass, though. If they have another Thoughtseize, fine. So be it. Every time they Thoughtseize us, that's one card that isn't advancing their own game plan, which honestly is the thing that I'm most worried about. Just getting, like, Crater Hoofed on turn 4 before we can, like, just before we can put things together. They have 4 cards, or just, like, an Atraxa. It's tempting to try and go. Let's do a little something. We can always just leave it if it doesn't look great. Okay, so that doesn't look great. At the same time, Collector Roof is probably incoming. So I'm actually just gonna... I'm gonna cast this one too. Alright, it's looking great. 3, I mean, close to great. Let's Metamorphose. Okay. Interesting. I get Tinkering, I can cast it next turn. Not sure how much that helps us, though. We might wind up needing to get Fiery Confluence. I mean, they use their Bajuka Bog. Maybe I'm just supposed to get Past in Flames. And maybe I just leave it. No, I'm going to cast it. And I'm going to get Inspired Tinkering. And Blast Zone can take down Collect Roof, if need be. Another Thoughtseize, okay. Yeah, it's another reason to have gotten Past in Flames. Yeah, it's unfortunate we drew into so many petals. Then you just feel priced into utilizing them before they play Collect Roof. For what it's worth, we're still even on resources. They have 7 objects. 3 in play, 4 in hand. I have 3, 4, 5, 6, and I have my 7th coming. Tie game. Another mountain. So I'll play Blast Zone. We could blow up Hierarch. I don't think we're supposed to. Yep, here comes Collector Roof. Making us do it. Let's just get the F6 value. Alright, they're getting in for 1. It's possible they play multiple Collector Roofs, but hopefully not. Hopefully just the one. Alright, lots of mountains. Pass it over. With my Blast Zone ready to pop off. Wonder if I'm willing to take damage from Collector Roof to prevent them from playing a 2-drop. Yeah, it delays Fiend Artisan for a turn. So I'm going to take 3. Also now if they pass, we kind of know they have it. It's a Shepherd. It's pretty scary. And we'll kill Collector Roof. Okay, I don't want to draw all mountains. Come on. Shepherd is an elf. Ew, that hurts. Okay. That hurts a lot. So now we go to 9. 1, 2, 3, we go to 6. We gotta draw action now. If they have a Cradle, we're not quite dead yet. I think we'll go to 2 if they have a Cradle. It's turn 6 and we haven't drawn any action other than the 1 Rimpulse from our first draw step. So we go to 6. That's gonna hurt. Hopefully it's only Atraxa. Okay, good. It fills their hand, but really it's like, you know, draw something now or bust for us. I think they have a land drop though, so they can just Thoughtseize our bonus round. Sure, we're getting Thoughtseized. 2, 5, 6, 7. We're still gonna have 7 mana. So Burning Wish is a good draw. Galvanic Relay is not going to cut it. A little bit late. A little bit late. Okay. Still a good matchup. Yeah, let's just run it back. Alright, this hand is great. We're going to play Ruby, they're going to Thoughtseize their Burning Wish, and then we'll have a couple Mountains, a Ruby, and a Rimpulse. That's... Can't really ask for much more than that. It kept on 7. Force of Vigor is definitely something that could change this. They were F6'd. It doesn't necessarily mean they don't have Force of Vigor, and they could have, of course, draw it. Comes the Thoughtseize. Just as we drew it up. Lots of mountains. Surgical? Okay. Ooh. Yeah, let's cast this. We can cast any action. Ooh. I think we leave the Seething Song instead of, like, cycling it. Another Morphos, another Relay, and a Mountain. Do a draw step and a Morphos to hit something better. There's really not that much they could play that I care about, except, like, Assassin's Trophy and a Ruby, although that would still be okay. Beseiju, same thing. Yeah. That's fine. I still get to do all of this. They still have no board either. Interesting. Yeah, let's go for it. And Morphos. Red, red. Oh yeah, we're in. Oh, we're in. Let's go. Ren's Resolve. Yup. Ruby. Rite of Flame. Seething Song. Little draw 6. Whoopsies. Bonus round. Another Ruby. Another bonus round. Burning Wish. Go get Fiery Confluence. Rite of Flame. Past in Flames. Yeah, we'll just decline. That's good enough. I guess I'll get a Inspired Tinkering. Cast the Rite of Flame. Why not? Why not? Because we could have just killed him. That's why not. I'm having fun. 6U. 6U. 6. Alright, we got him. We are 2-0. See you in round 3. Alright, here we are, round 3 with a one-lander that also has a petal that is so close to just going off. The power level is way too high here for me to pass this up. We're playing against a Yorion build, so we'll see what that entails, whether it's D&T or some sort of control deck. I do like that our one land is a basic, and since we're on the draw, we'll get an additional draw before we worry about the land. Okay, that allows us to really get after it here, and Plains has me thinking that they're D&T. Of course, it could be a trick. Could be a trap, but I'm gonna go. I am interested in going. Let's Ren's Resolve first. Hit another one. Go back up to 5. Now, we could just relay for 7. If they play like a Thalia, it's probably not going to get there. Is the only problem. I'm going to Ren's Resolve. Okay. I am happier with this result I think we are in need of a cost reducer in a land. Is it just Grapeshot? Might just be Rite of Flame. Or Fiery Confluence. Let's get Rite of Flame for now. So Thalia's not the worst. They might not even have Thalia, which is one of the reasons for getting Rite of Flame. Ha! Wasteland. Nerd. Yep, that was the card that I was hoping they would play. Just don't care about it. Classic Ruby, not caring. Oh man. So, this is actually tough. Bonus round is risky. Definitely doing some stuff here, but I think I might Rimpulse before bonus round. No, that's probably not true. We're gonna Rimpulse right now. The Manamorphose not great, but it does give us mana, which is what we need. So we get 4 red out of this. 4 red. Burning Wish, we go to 3. Can't quite Tinkering yet. We can like Relay plus Gambit. Or no, not yet. Let's Rens. Let's see what these come up with. More cost reducers. What about a Ritual? Okay, that'll do. That will do. Let's play Ruby. Play a Ruby. Let's play Burning Wish. Let's play, or get Tinkering, and get Past in Flames. Cast Tinkering. Nice Spirit. Nice Wasteland. Don't care about it. Alright, plenty of cards, plenty of mana, plenty of cost reducers. Rite of Flame number 4. Casual draw 6. No big deal. Seething Song action. Let's get horny. Cast Past in Flames. We'll just let it go because we're not drawing cards anyways. Go bonus round. Rimpulse. 2, 4. Come on. 4, 6, 8. Here we go. 3, 6, 9, 12. Cast Wish. 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 I'm just going to Confluence, but we are at Storm 20. And you get triggers from bonus round for your Grapeshot. But this is quicker. Just 6 you a bunch. Alright, D&T, got him. Need Blast Zone. That's about it. Again, I think Justice Will is maybe the worst card here. Yep. And run it back. Alright, here we go. A hand that wants to go fast, but it really needs, like, mana. So, could be explosive and get there, but very risky. This one is more solid. I'm going to keep and just, well, yeah. I feel like Manamorphose is just going to get stuffed. So let's get some land drops in there. They mulligan to 4. Which is the sort of thing that you have to do against a deck like this. Although it is a wider range of keeps, as opposed to something like the Epic Gamble. You know you have a turn or two, likely. It's a good draw. I don't mind that. Mama. Alright, so they probably have Thalia, they just need the second land. Last Zone also very good against Mom. Play a Mountain, pass the turn. Could cast Burning Wish, but I think I'd rather just hold up Manamorphose in case they play that other card. Alright, it's looking to be a prime spot for Confluence. Although I guess they can protect Mom with that. It's alright. That's a Berg. Wow, so we can go Bergy. Right Flame goes to 3, 4, 3. I like this. You can also just Blast Zone, blow up their stuff. I'd have to use the Rite of Flame, though. I think I like going here. Rite of Flame. There's a chance that Morphos just spikes something real good. Some sort of ritual. Come on, big money, big money. Land. Classic. Classic land. We could go Jeskai as well to get something now. 3 cards now and only now. Or 5 cards only next turn. 5 cards is better. They're going to bounce Bergie, but at this point we have a fair amount of cards online, or resources on board, hand in hand. We don't want to see lands. As few lands as possible, please. Trap, come on. That's obnoxious. Okay. Well, here's the thing. If they bounce Bergie, it's actually good for us at this point, because I'd rather have it as Horn. Plus it taps them out. Ooh. Not the move you wanted to make. They're going to bounce it. That's interesting. And they're going to attack with Mom. I think I'm just going to Blast Zone here before they can put a 2-drop into play. Yep. And pass it over. There's plenty of lands. I think we're heavily favored here. Okay, they found their second land, though. This is probably a Thalia Incoming Spirit. That's fine. Totally fine. Again, I can do Bergie stuff. I don't think that's better. They only have 1 card. I'm going to play Horn and pass. Now, they really have to have a damaging permanent, like Deafening Silence type of damaging, and it doesn't seem like they do. I'm going to port my Tomb, which I think, or in response, I will start Horning in case, wow, they didn't even port. I guess I wouldn't in response, because any instant that I play on my upkeep is not going to be useful. But it's kind of funny that they just didn't even do it. Oh. Alright, they're struggling over there. For sure. Moto is a difficult place. Activate. There's a Seething Song. Activate. Any cost reducers? No. But we have Song. Can't draw cards. We can blow it up, then draw cards. We probably just have a deterministic win as well. They have 1 card. We could. I'm going to refrain from going for Past in Flames, I think. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. 2, 4, 5. Post Grapeshot. It doesn't seem great. Doesn't seem grape. 2, 5, 7, 3. Effectively costs 4 to Inspired Tinkering. 4 mana, 3 cards. Not the greatest rate. I don't necessarily want to play Ancient Tomb yet. I'm going to cast 1 Ren's Resolve. We have 1 Rite of Flame in the bin currently. That costs us 1 mana, so we found a Petal. They have a Caracas up. We can also get Past in Flames and then activate. 2, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we didn't have enough to Grapeshot into Reforge. Let's Impulse again. Man. Okay, there it is. Alright, so I'm going Ancient Tomb, Ruby, and now going Burning Wish. Get 3. Let's get Past in Flames so that we can get 2 more cards. Still have something useful in there. Okay, so that's a bonus round. Bonus round. Alright, perfect. So let's go Petal, Petal, bonus round, Burning Wish. Now we're in there. Now we get Rite of Flame. We get Inspired Tinkering. Use our remaining red to cast Rite of Flame. Get 6. Cast Tinkering. More cards and treasures. Cards, cards. Play Ruby. Cast Song. Get 10. Cast Wrens. Get 4 cards. Cast Wrens. We got a Bergie. Yeah, it's just gonna be too many triggers. Get triggered. If we cast enough bonus rounds, then we can play around another trap. But I don't think they have it anyways. But might as well. Let's find 1 more bonus round. And we're good. Let's get some mana just in case. Actually, we'll just do this. We can go for Fiery Confluence. If they happen to have trap, they can trap 2 of the copies, and then we can just Grapeshot them. Confluence, 6U, 6U, no trap, 6U, 6U. Alright, we are 3-0. We've only dropped one game. We'll see you in round 4. Alright, round 4 against kuervotxo. And one lander, but it's an ancient tomb around the place. We can't keep this one. I mean, I'll keep this. It's not perfect, but I will keep it. I think I bottom petal. So now we can turn 1 ruby. If they force it, we can turn 2 ruby. Let's go ruby. Alright, ruby's in. We don't have too much follow-up, but hopefully we find it. We get a basic, that feels nice. Here comes Saga. Bobble. Petal. Opal. 8 cast. Bobble us and pass. Looking for a force. Another mountain. They go hold on to Bergie for a horn. Makes it so next turn we can play it. The problem is they're gonna name Needle. So hopefully we just find some action instead. Another bauble. Got the Ancient Tomb. So certainly a clock in place here, and wouldn't shock me if they had a force. Alright, that's a good one. I think I hold Bergie. Okay. Now I'm gonna play it. Wonder if they force it. I'd really like them to. Yes. Metallic Rebuke? Okay, fine. Don't care. Thanks for the storm. And give me 4. Impulse is good. Metamorphose is good. Rite of Flame is good. Man, these are very good. Very, very good. I suppose Chalice has potential to give us problems here. If they have a Chalice, they can Chalice on 2. Yeah, then we're in trouble. They didn't bobble. It's interesting. Despite making a construct and maintaining Metalcraft, they didn't bobble. I mean, maybe it was an oversight, or maybe they're leaving it so that they can cast the Thought Monitor. But you would think you just got a rip for Chalice here. This is a top priority. So I think we dodged Chalice on 2. Another Saga. They're just trying to put lethal on the table for next turn. Which is fine. I mean, if they have another counter, they might be able to get there, but we'll see. Ooh. Alright, we need some amount of additional mana here. Now we bonus around. They can counter this, or they can counter one of the following spells, but then they're going to get bit by the one after it. So if they have a force, I think they are actually, yeah, priced into forcing this. Fetching Kappa, and now we have a very good opportunity to just get after it. Red, red. There's a Burning Wish. Red, red. Ooh, that's game. Alright, so we go bonus round. Burning Wish. Yield. God, this deck just finds a way to sneak in. You just sneak it in. Rite of Flame. Extra large. Rite of Flame. We'll go Ruby, why not? Tinkering costs 2. Makes 6. So this is plus 4 mana and plus 5 cards. Ren's Resolve, why not? Ooh, another bonus round. Let's hit the bonus. Oops. Rite of Flame. Lots of mana. Ren's Resolve. Draw 2, 4, 6, 8. Alright, let's draw 3 at a time. How's that? 3. There's a Burning Wish. 6, 9, 12. A Burning Wish. Go get Fiery Confluence. Decline. 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 I guess Confluence is a more relevant card than, say, Grapeshot, and we shouldn't have showed it to him, but it's whatever. I'm not worried about it. Okay, just destroyed 8-cast. Blast Zone. Kills Needle. Could be important, but I don't think important enough to bring in the Blast Zone. I think we're just naturally good against them. Simply because Chalice just doesn't do all that much. It doesn't hurt. You know, we only have 4 zeros, we only have 3 ones. And if they do manage to get it on 2, not all is lost. If we bonus round, the bonus round copy gets around Chalice. And we also have Wish, so that we can get around to our Fiery Confluence. Having said that, if they Chalice on 2, it's definitely very good. But that takes a bit for them to manage that. Classic no-lander. They're on 7. I think we keep a 1-lander on the draw on 6 against them. Just bottom Jeska's will. Yeah. I mean, any land just makes this hand so good. Honestly, even if we miss 1 land drop, we're probably fine if we hit it on the next. So I think like top 3, we're good. That's annoying, but we could probably manage. It's immediately active. They have 3 cards. Probably the worst draw in the deck. Actual worst. Alright, they get to bobble us. They probably have Ancient Tomb. Saga up to 2. No, they miss. I hope they missed. There's F6. Nope, didn't miss. Certainly didn't miss. They have 3 cards. Alright, we hit. I'm gonna play Ruby. I would imagine they let it go and then they Haywire Might it. Yep, as expected. It does reduce the size of their constructs. Let's see if they get Needle. They do not. Thoughtcast, okay. Island, another Thoughtcast. Uh-oh. I'm starting to pop off. Getting in for 5. Land? Kind of like a land. Let's see how far they'll let us go here. They probably just counter Seething Song. Or if they don't, we have a reasonable chance here. Because then we can Rim Pulse Relay. Fluster. Hydroblast? Okay. You got it. I feel like they're not playing Chalice. I guess they probably took it out, honestly. Nope, Chalice and 2 incoming. Yep. As discussed. There's no 1 draw that gets us out of this now. Alright. A little too slow, but let's run it back. Fine. Mountain. I'm going to play this pedal out. Maybe I shouldn't have. Yeah, I shouldn't have. There's just probably like 0% chance that they play Chalice on 0. We saw them be very patient with it there. That could have meant a mana with Bergie, so that was bad. Quite the hand. Jeez. Yep. They're gonna draw 2 more mountains. Let's play Bergie. Let it go. They're gonna Hydroblast it. Maybe not, though. They might have Force of Negation, no Force of Will. In which case, they might get wrecked by Relay. Ancient Tomb. Patchwork. Wow. They have 6 cards, too. Okay. Have a look. Oh, they're passing. They definitely have interaction. Let's Metamorphose. Best draw is definitely Relay. They're gonna force the Metamorphose. Whoa. I'm totally fine with that. Holy crap. Let's play Mountain. Play Metamorphose. Come on, Relay. Come on. Nope. Classic nothing. Classic nothing. I can't believe they forced a naked Metamorphose. Guess they didn't want to get relayed. Patchwork is getting big. The rest of their hand is pretty awkward. Do I block this? No. It's close. Action. What's this? Okay. Thank you. Now I have action. Unless they just have Needle in hand. Let's go Rite of Flame. Horn. Pass. They Needle. We Cry. They might Hydroblast. I'm just trying to get us to dump more resources into a card that they're going to Hydroblast. Cheeky way of 2 for 1-ing. But not really, because they used 1 to bounce it, so it's kind of even. Is this another one? Oh no, it's just Chalice on 2. Okay. Okay. We can overcome this. They have 2 cards. 1 card. That one doesn't help. Yeah, let's get rid of it for now. Rite of Flame is fine. Let's get rid of Mountain. Relay is good. Still gonna get rid of this Petal. Okay. So we go Bergie, Mountain, Rite of Flame. If I cast Burning Wish, it potentially can get it Surgical, but I only have one card. I think we're priced into getting the value. I'm sorry, we have 3, 4, yeah, so we can cast this, and then we have enough to relay for 5. So, I mean, we're churning through a lot of our deck, and then we just put Bergie back into play. We have a lot of ways to play around this Chalice, and that's one of them. Oh, yeah. Alright, if they don't do something significant, we're gonna plow right through this. Let's hope they don't. If they have another Chalice, we're probably screwed at that point. Just the Chalice on 3. It'd be ridiculous. Ooh, that was a good draw. Well, probably use Horn anyways. So, we go bonus round. Then we go Seething Song. If they have something here, we are in trouble. It doesn't seem like they do. Oh, they do not. Absolutely not. So they're in big trouble. Alright, so one gets countered. And this one gets Past in Flames. Yep. Then we cast Past in Flames. Yeah, I'm just gonna let that one resolve. Let's go Seething Song. Lots of red. Let's go Manamorphose. One of them gets countered. Red, red. Activate Horn. I'll activate Horn. Alright, let this one resolve. Cast another bonus round. Now, even 2 drops, only 1 out of the 3 will get countered. So you just Burning Wish. Go get Tinkering. Go get Confluence. Get Rite of Flame. Oops. Cast Rite of Flame. Get some extra mana. And we'll just go for it. 6U. 6U. And 6U. Oh, man. We're 4-0. Alright, we're playing for the trophy. Super pumped. I'll see you there. Alright, here we are. Final round against sylwesterstruzyna. And this is an acceptable opener. A little bit strange. 2, 4, 5. I don't know how to open with this hand. Because if you play Mountain, you greatly reduce the chances of being able to double relay next turn. You could Tomb Petal, Morphos, Relay. It's a relay for 3, cycling the Petal. It might set up this relay. Might just not, though. I'm still gonna play Mountain. I think there's a low enough chance that we're gonna double relay next turn anyways, and I think I'm more interested in just maintaining the cards. So next turn I can go like Ancient Tomb, just go Petal Relay, or Petal Metamorphose Relay. We don't have to use the Petal. Looks like we might be getting discarded here, which is fine. They probably take Morphos. It has the highest potential, but really this is just not exactly a thought-seizable hand. I just took one of the relays. Interesting. Let's go Ancient Tomb. I'm going to cast the Morphos. Red, red. That was bad. And relay for 3. Bergie's good. Mountain is not. Morphos is. Alright, I'll take it. Wasteland, okay. 2, 3, 4. I need some sort of ritual draw to be able to play Horn. A lot of good draws here, though. Okay. Could go City, Rite of Flame, Horn. In that case, we may as well Metamorphose first. Yeah. Maybe I should have Rite of Flame first instead of committing to the City. Red, red. Come on, man. Yeah, if we had, I could have played Ancient Tomb instead. That's alright. If they can't remove Horn, or like play Needle or something, it's gonna be pretty disgusting when we untap. If they have another Wasteland, that's fine. Yep, that's fine with me. How hard do I want to go? I could just play Mountain Pass. I could start getting after it. I have 6 cards. Jeskai's Will, Seething Song. These are cards that are going to allow us to get there on the spot here. That's also a pretty good one. I could just take them out and play the Ruby. I don't think I mind. Yeah, let's take a peek at one more. Alright, it's a lot of cost reducers. Yeah, that was kind of useless, but those would have been useless anyways. Even next turn. I'm just going to take the Mountain Ruby. A little too risky to keep going, especially since Wasteland was their best play last turn. Can't imagine they have something that great. Thoughtseize would be a little bit annoying. Mountain. Some sort of Jund nonsense. What? This is preposterous. I don't know what's going on. No idea what's happening. Alright, let's make red red. That's pretty good. Let's pitch Rite of Flame. Jeskai's Will is pretty good. Pitch Ancient Tomb, because we'll probably hit a land. Yep, there's an Ancient Tomb. Let's play it and see what's underneath this will. So if I hit like a bunch of mana, I'm not going to want to cast this Seething Song. I hit a bunch of actions. I think I do want to cast this now. Let's go Rimpulse. Okay. Rimpulse. Okay. Got a pedal, paid for itself. How many? Okay, so Rite of Flame is big. Burning Wish, Rite of Flame is a pretty big ritual at this point. With another Rimpulse. Metamorphose. Red, red. Seething Song was great. Burning Wish. Let's go Rite of Flame. Cast it. Burning Wish. Let's get Tinkering. Why not? Cost 3. Ren. Where the bonus rounds at? Song. Burning Wish. Just Grapeshot him. See if that's enough. It's game 1. I can't imagine there's anything that they're going to do about this. Seem to be F6th. Alright, they're a Thoughtseize Wasteland basic Mountain+Wishclaw talisman deck. What am I supposed to, like, what is happening? The great thing about, one of the great things about this deck is that you don't really sideboard that much. Do we want the ley lines? We did see Thoughtseize. Is that enough? I don't know, because I don't know what the F they're doing. Wishclaw Talisman. Huh. Let's try it. Well, probably not going to be good, per usual. So let's just cut it. And got one pedal. Here we are. And this hand is acceptable. Very much so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We do have to cast both Rite of Flame first. If they have Trap or something, we're in trouble. Woohoo. Holy moly. Does it help? 6, 3, 2. We don't have to do Bergie stuff. So if we go Petal, Rite of Flame, City, Bergie, we have 1, we Rite of Flame, we'll wind up with 4, which is fine if they don't kill Bergie, but if they do, we're in trouble. So we're going to forego the Bergie initially. And we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana, right? We do have to cast both Rite of Flame, so we're going to wind up in for all 6. We go to 3, post bonus round. We go to 1, post Burning Wish with bonus round activation, leaving us with that 1 to get Rite of Flame and action, and that Rite of Flame is going to be humongous. Rite of Flame, City, bonus round. Feels like a trap. Pretty much cold to trap. So Burning Wish, letting it resolve. Get Rite of Flame, and its Rite of Flame is going to be huge. I don't want to reforge. Yeah, I'm still going to get Tinkering. 4, 8. It's Tinkering. 3. Oh man, that's a win if I ever saw one. Let's play Ruby. Let's play Seething Song. Get a bajillion mana. Roughly, of course. Morphos. Let's make white, why not? Red, red. Let's play Line of Sanctity. Hey, you know it. What's happening? What's happening right now? You gonna bolt me? You're not gonna bolt me. Don't bolt me, dude. Okay. Let's get horny. Activate. Activate. Wow, all lands. Alright, Burning Wish. This one's gonna get Past in Flames. This one's gonna draw 6. Not bad, not bad. Alright, they're off it. Alright, easy turn 1. Perfect. What a great finish to a nice little trophy there. Just breezed right through it. We did not, however, get to play against Tempo, which was kind of the point of the exercise, but otherwise just smooth sailing. I mean, these mid-range and control blue decks just had a really tough time with us because they couldn't close. We just made land drops and then just brute forced through Force of Wills. I mean, we had a couple of spots where we could have lost if they had double force, and they didn't have it, but as far as those odds go, they do favor us, right? The mountains felt great. We did feel a little slow at times, but we haven't really slowed down. We've just reduced some of the utility of smashing and Fiery Islet. I guess Islet, potentially speeds you up so it can give you action, but not in like it doesn't speed you up in the traditional sense of like making you faster for turn 1 or turn 2. Yeah, I mean, this does just feel better. Because as nice as smashing is, we don't really need the utility all that much. We just don't really care about anything other than Deafening Silence. Don't care about anything. We're basically nihilists. But yeah, I mean, kind of the same list as ever in terms of just like the vast majority of it, right? We just did what we usually do, and we were a little more stable. Ley lines didn't come up, so I'm gonna have to play some more, but it is really nice that we got to ignore basically a Lavinia. We didn't care about Lavinia. We didn't care about Chalice. We played around Chalice multiple times. We killed a Collect Roof and didn't have to, actually, but just another spot where we just didn't really care. And we had a handful of turn 1s. I think we had 3 turn 1s. At least 2. Maybe 3 turn 1s. So the deck is not slow. It is certainly capable of just blowing right up on turn 1. I always have a blast with this deck. It was my introductory deck to Storm, as far as putting my actual hands on a Storm deck. Obviously, the deck has changed dramatically, but I think we have something pretty powerful here. If you're convinced that there's still going to be a lot of blue-black tempo, which I would say there is, and that there's going to be a lot of hate, some splash damage, if you will, where Storm just gets hit with a bunch of hate, even though there's hardly any Storm players, then this is definitely a good choice. Having said that, I do still need to play it more to test the tempo matchup. We didn't get to do that, but it was certainly a display of how powerful this deck is against a wide spread of decks. Like, it just crushes a very large spread of decks. It just has trouble with tempo and Doomsday, so hopefully this helps the tempo matchup. It's interesting whether we would want to play Leyline against Doomsday. Probably not. They do play discard, but I don't know. That matchup is just very difficult. But yeah, that's all I got. I mean, I had fun. Hope you did too, and see you next time.